Tuldukan Natin is a podcast created by Soren Productions that will cover what you need to know about menstruation. This will cover a total of 3 episodes, and in each episode, we will be accompanied by a guest professional to share their insights. Hi guys, we're back for yet another informative but relatable episode. I'm Janelle Velasquez.
And I'm Reizar Costan. We're your hosts for today's episode. Tuldukan Natin, TAGOS sa PUSO featuring Sinaya Cup. Let's welcome the founder and CEO of Sinaya Cup, Miss Audrey Tangonan. Hello po.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me and having us, Sinaya Cup, talk about our mission today.
So in this podcast, it's tradition to start the episode by choosing a period story from our conducting survey in today's hashtag period story. And for our story today, the sender wanted to be anonymous, and the given name was Champorado. So Champorado wrote, "This is not really a period story, but it kinda relates to it pa rin. This also happened recently, so I want to share it. I asked my guy friend how he thinks a sanitary napkin is worn, and he said that it's like a band-aid daw, na ididikit yung sticky part sa skin. A funny but at the same time, like, mapapaisip ka na lang talaga sa knowledge nila about sa periods."
Parang sugat lang, pero in all seriousness guys dapat alam niyo rin yung basics na menstruation. Tulad ng ganyang instances, like paano nga ba, di ba, nilalagay yung napkin. Kahit ano pa gender mo, affected rin tayo lahat. Siyempre. So ano ba thoughts mo dito, Reizar?
Certainly I agree on you in this one. Kasi para magkaroon din kami ng correct understanding, lalo na kami mga kalalakihan, how menstrual hygiene products works, and para na rin mawala yung stigma and bring light in discussing topics regarding women's health.
Kahit yung mga simpleng bagay lang, gano'n. Kasi di ba minsan pag kunyari gusto mo i-check kung may TAGOS ka, gano'n, tatanong mo pa, hahanap ka pa ng girl na friend para pa-check naman, gano'n. Eh, pag minsan wala namang available na girl. So, kayo po ba? Ano po ba masasabi niya?
I actually have a question for Reizar.
Sure.
Have you ever told like a classmate or another woman na meron siyang TAGOS? Has that ever happened?
Parang lang po, rarely lang din kasi sa experience ko parang mostly lang nilalapitan talaga is like kapwa din nila babae kasi parang baka it may come up as sa iba is parang different pa or
So never mo pang nasabi?
Meron na rin po experience like lang po pero sobrang dalang like sabihin natin in a year parang once lang or twice.
Once a year, madami na yun
Conversation na,
kasi
wala pa.
Ayun lang, kasi medyo iilan din kasi yung friends ko na babae. And parang sobrang rarely lang talaga na nangyayari yung ganung bagay na parang ako yung tinatanong.
Oh, okay. So tinanong ka. Pero were there times na ikaw mismo may nakita kang ka-classmate or someone tapos may TAGOS sila? Has that ever happened?
Yung nakita po, as far as I remember, parang wala po.
Wala
naman po ang experience. Like, frankly speaking.
Ikaw, for sure.
For sure.
Meron po niya na nasa SM kami, tapos kasama ko yung cousin ko na lalaki, tapos yung papa po niya. Tapos may babae lang po na lumapit sa akin, tapos sinabi niya sa akin. So, syempre, pumunta kami sa supermarket. Tapos, kasi medyo nakakahiya po kasi walang bag yung mga boys. Tapos, pinadala lang po sa akin sa supot. Kasi di ba po pag toiletries sa supermarket, clear yung plastic. So, dala-dala ko lang po yung napkin yan habang nalibot kami sa mall. Tapos lahat po nagtitingin na. So, medyo nakakasya yun.
Talaga ba? Ganun ka bang maglakad sa napkin? Tapos lahat talaga nagtinginan na may dala siyang napkin. Yeah. So, I think, very common experience for women to have like time, especially when we were younger, to have TAGOS, right? So I think sakto yung sa sinabi mo na the conversation should really include everyone, since for us like Filipinos, di ba, we don't know the nuances na kapag may nakita ka bang someone, di ba yung lumapit sa'yo, in your instance was a woman, it's possible that there was a man or lalaki na nakita din. Pero, we've had conversations din na like some people, some men, especially older men, would say na, is it my place to tell the girl na may tagos siya or dapat ba babae? Sige, tanong kita, kunyari may lalaki sa yung lumapit na may tagos ka, kung may option ka ba, mas prefer mo ba na yung like babae yung magsabi sa'yo or okay lang kahit lalaki yung magsabi?
For me po, okay lang din naman if kahit boy kasi at least nalaman ko siya agad.
Exactly.
Compared po sa parang nag-antay po sila na may babae.
Yeah. That's exactly like a common thing that I think a lot of, I'm not sure, Reizar, if you parang have also that question na dapat ko din bang sabihin. Kasi di naman siya common din. Pero sometimes, like a lot of women, like even me included, and also some of my team members then have also that question na dapat ko din bang sabihin. Kasi di naman siya common din. Pero sometimes, like a lot of women, like even me included, and also some of my team members then, we prefer na kahit lalaki ka, kahit babae, kahit nakakahiya, mas importante sa amin na ma-remedy agad, di ba? Na masabi. Siyempre, nakakahiya siya and maybe awkward din for the guy, but as a support, mas okay, di ba? Na sabihin, wag hintayin na baka may babae namang makakakita. Yeah, so that's like a very, very interesting point that you mentioned.
So, moving on to next topic, paano nga ba nag-view ng society yung menstruation?
So, ayun. Based from our conducted interview, they say na menstruation is viewed negatively in the society since it limits a woman's capability to do something. For you po ba, Ma'am Audrey, what's your take on this topic?
In terms of, does it limit or like just in terms of how society views menstruation?
Parang more on how society views menstruation.
I think in terms of menstruation, it's also very, very case-to-case basis, like depending on the culture. So, for example, there are some cultures where they view menstruation as it's a time that you need to really seclude yourself at home because it's like your unhygienic period. In the Philippines naman, it's not that extreme in a sense. And it's actually very surprising that as a conservative country, we're touted as one of the countries na medyo open to discuss. But I think in general, society does still have a taboo on this topic because it's like, as you mentioned ba, yung napkin, like walking around sa mall, na it's still something you have to think about when kailangan ko lang naman bumili ng napkin, but paano natin siya itatago? So it's kind of like this secret that we need to like keep under wraps na I don't want people to know that I'm on my period. I mean, I think in our generation is a lot more, I guess, accepting na it's becoming common. Pero we're not there yet where we could say, like, kunyari sa'yo, Reizar, tanong lang in terms of friends, casual friends, how many times has a girlfriend told you na, meron ako ngayon eh?
Ay, po ma'am, para sa akin, na-experience ko like, kasi iba din nakaka-message ko, parang, somehow, medyo comfortable sila nagsasabi sa akin.
Kasi, right?
Yes po.
So that's exactly what I'm saying with our generation. It's a lot more common. So I think it is slowly becoming normalized, but in general, it's not that normal yet. Like case-to-case basis, especially with like older generations. It's still something that's may shame tied to it. But the thing is, it's completely not our fault, right? When you have your menstruation, like even TAGOS, it's not something that, okay, schedule ko na lang bukas. Bakit ka ba nag-choose na mag-menstruate ngayon? It's not like that, right? With all like other bodily functions. So, I think in terms of normalizing, we're not completely there yet. There's still some stigma, some shame, some taboo around it. Of course, understandably so, na bakit doon tayo nanggaling. But there's still like a lot of opportunity na mas manormal siya. Since it does have like a significance with a lot of women's days. It's such a small hidden thing, but it's like a thing that we as women, we do actually have to manage. It is an experience that we have to go through na may significance naman sa days namin. It should be normalized. So,
Ay, but as side question lang ba po, do you think that the government should give more support in this kind of initiative ba?
yes. So if we have like government officials listening to our podcast right now, yes, and today actually as we're recording this, it's May 27, right? And tomorrow is Menstrual Hygiene Day. For sure, there are ongoing government initiatives then on reproductive health and menstruation and hygiene in general. But there's so much more that could be done in this aspect. There's like access for those who cannot really afford sanitary products. There's also the like gaps in terms of disaster risk management, di ba, na kapag may bagyo, di ba? May bagyo na medyo lumihis as we're recording.
So, ayun, we asked women actually na nagpa-survey kami kung ano yung pinaka-nireregret nila before nung nag-start sila mag-menstruation. And sabi nila, ang pinaka-nireregret nila is yung kinahiya nila yung period, gano'n. So, ayun, ano po yung masasabi niya?
Ang masasabi ko doon is relatable.
Actually,
Relatable. Since I don't necessarily, for me personally, I don't necessarily regret na it was shameful. So parang to acknowledge your survey participants, diba? To validate them na if you have felt ashamed of your period, kung touchy subject siya for you, then it's not necessarily our faults, right? Because we were children. First time we had our periods. So, kung yun yung response of the society, if that's like how our parents, or that's how we observed it, it is what it is, right? So, wala tayong magagawa if it's like how we grew up. I think it's more of moving forward. Like, let's not waste yung uncomfortable experiences natin. In a way, we have to utilize it and parang foster yung mga naging challenge natin when we were starting our periods, so that like the future generations talaga, like yung incoming menstruators, wow, welcome. Like they have
Don't
better
be shy.
have better experience than maybe some of us have. So, but yes, very very valid naman.
Actually, kahit ngayon din po parang minsan ako nasashy ako bumili ng napkin sa vending machine, lalo na if outside siya nung CR. So, kita nung ibang tao na bumibili ka, gano'n.
Is there vending machines here? Nasa labas?
Yes po.
Oh, wow.
Malay, minsan po, parang nagpapasama pa ako sa friends ko, ganyan. Although, minsan kasi, obvious naman ako po yung gagamit kasi gay naman po yung friends ko. So, hindi naman nila gagamitin. Pero still, medyo mas comforting po minsan pag may kasama. Kasi minsan feeling mo po parang nakatingin sila sa'yo, na may bumibili, gano'n. Pero minsan feeling mo lang naman.
Yeah. Pero baka mamaya, baka may solution tayo for that problem of yours. Pero, yeah, sometimes you need support. Support talaga.
Pero ayun, minsan siguro confidence lang talaga na normal naman kasi talaga siya sa atin. Ganyan din naman siya something na dapat kinakahiya or parang hindi ka naman tinubuan ng pakpak or something. Parang normal lang naman talaga siya. It's part of our life. So, yan.
Then, we asked them about din po sa inconveniences na yun, na na-experience nila every time na ayun nga, nagkakaroon sila ng period. Then, isa po ron is, ayun nga po, para ang hassle, dahil ayun ang uncomfortable sa feeling. Then, meron naman times na parang, ayun siya, yung ibang products, like, kung gusto mo na medyo okay na quality, kailangan mo talaga mag-expend ng more money, gano'n. Tapos, yung iba naman po, yung sa facilities ba, yung mga restroom lalo na yun, like yung iba hindi naaalagaan.
Or may bidet ba?
Opo, yun po. Ayun po. So, ano po din po yung parang thoughts nyo rin dun, like kung meron din ba kayong like personal experiences na ano, na hindi lang isa, like kung yung mga na-enumerate ba, like ayun po,
wish
next
na
question.
sana mas maging better.
Of course. So, kaya short answer. Of course, yun na. Tapos na yung usapan. Pero yes, it's such a ang daming inconveniences, ang daming parang different disadvantages or parang mga behind the closet or behind the stall challenges that we do face because we have our menstruations. So, and that's also the reason why I really tried to search for solutions in terms of those inconveniences. So, yes, sobrang puro valid lahat ang sabi ng mga survey responders nyo. We all experience it. Very rare akong makamit ng woman, menstruator, na parang yes, wala akong problema.
Parang wala pa.
Meron, pero konti. I think, yeah.
So, speaking of solutions po, ano po yung solution na naisip po?
So, yung solution is, or yun nga, Sinaya Cup. Yun na siya.
So, what is the reason po ba bakit yung sinimulan yung Sinaya Cup?
Yeah, so, perfect parang segue to that because similar to maybe you or our listeners and yung mga survey responders, menstruation is something that we don't really super think about or talk about, but it could have like an effect with your lifestyle, with your days, and some sobrang malaki siyang factor. Some not naman. Parang if they're God's favorite na may
My favorite is
may iba kasi nasa never nagkakadysmenorrhea. May mga ganon na parang 3 days lang ng period, light lang yung flow. And the thing is, it's not the same experience for every woman, right? Like, my dysmenorrhea could be so much worse. Your flow could be so much heavier. So there's like different experiences with it. And for me, the reason why I really started our project or our organization is considering that challenge. Like for me, it's in a way challenge because, like, to be fair naman, like to be truthful, I did not grow up to be like, I really care about menstruation. Like, mag-iisip ko, what do you want to be? Like, I want to solve period problem. Hindi naman siya, diba? Like, growing up, it's not necessarily
May
na
calling agad.
nanay ko, OB, hindi naman siya gano'n. It's just like, for me, in a way, I saw the gap with like our products, like our alternatives, and even just like conversations. There's a gap in there, and I kind kind of viewed it and still view it as like, what if we try something new? What if we try this? What if we start this? So it's more of, I saw the problem, I saw an opportunity, and I was like, let's see how we can solve. So yeah, that's how I started with our organization.
Ano rin po, I run some background check din po pala sa Instagram niya, parang, naman po, there are rin yata, parang, somehow, social media celebrities ba na parang, rin po, na kinokomment nga po yung product nyo. Isa po rin yata ay si Miss Inka, na parang gumawa pa po yata ng video na hindi sponsored regarding with your product.
We actually don't have like sponsored influencers, but we're open to partnerships with anyone who would like to advocate for us. So I think since our conversation is really like geared towards women empowerment, that's kind of like how it does start. It's more of how many women are willing to discuss about this, how many women are willing to break the taboos in terms of menstrual health, and we're very, very grateful na there are a lot of women who, kasi diba, it's viewed as something shameful, but there's a lot of women who's like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this because it's something that's true to my experience, so why should I feel ashamed about it? So I think that's really what keeps us going.
Kasi hindi lang naman po product yung available sa inyo. Nakita ko kasi yung website nyo, may vlogs din po kayo, ganyan, educating other women. And I think yun din po yung maganda dun sa inyo, para sa company nyo, na parang hindi lang siya nakafocus sa pag-sell, sa kung ano yung, how can we, parang paano kami kikita dito. Pero about parang paano namin masaspread yung awareness, yung knowledge, ganyan. And ayun, sobrang commendable po itong ginagawa niyo.
So total, pinag-uusapan na rin naman natin yung menstruation. Nandito nga pala si Ma'am Audrey, CEO and founder of Sinaya Cup. Kaso, ano nga ba yung Sinaya Cup? Alam mo ba yun? Nakagamit ka na ba?
Hindi pa, pero tanong natin kay Ma'am kasi siya yung mas may alam dyan.
Ayun, sige.
Yeah. At saka ito-try na mo na rin later. So Sinaya Cup is the first Filipino menstrual cup brand in the country. So it's a menstrual cup. So what have you heard about menstrual cups before? So may quiz.
Narinig ko na parang gaganon muna siya, parang naghahapon siya ganyan, tapos gaganon mo para magkasya siya ganyan. Tapos, yun na.
Parang siya container. Hindi yung pagkakaintindi ko yun. Parang container.
Tama naman, +1. But yeah, di ba kanina, we've discussed like there's so many inconveniences that your survey participants did mention, and even with our conversations. So, Sinaya Cup is the alternative to the traditional plastic napkin, since at least in the Philippines, that is the most widely used product, right? Like when we start our own first period, yun talaga yung unang binibigay ng either parents or sa school. So I think all my life before the company started, ang alam ko lang is napkins, diba? You don't really think of like palitan siya or what, since yun lang yung alam mo. So in a way, that was similar to my experience before. Magtiis lang. Tiis lang kasi wala namang something better. So it really started when I was doing diving. So I was doing free diving before scuba diving. And the thing is, kasi with napkins, and similar to what we're discussing, di ba? If you have an activity, may mga times talaga that you sit out or hindi ka mag-participate since meron ka. Like, have you ever experienced this?
Opo.
Like, which situations?
Yung ano po, pag kunyari may outing, tapos minsan either sila yung mag-a-adjust kasi nga po meron ka, or ay po, ikaw yung hindi magsiswimming.
So, parang ready ka na, di ba? Tapos
Opo.
parang, ay, meron ako, so doon ka lang sa tabi.
Opo.
Ganun. So, for me, syempre, I didn't want that since when you're doing dives or scuba dive, malaking plano yon, like buong weekend, di ba? Or outing. So, that's really when I started to research the alternatives. And actually, I came into the concept of menstrual cups by accident, because I was also working in some other projects and I was searching for like silicone cup, like literal na baso made of silicone. So I was searching for that, and then the menstrual cup product pulled up on my search pages na parang I was looking at it. This isn't a drinking cup. So and I saw like the shape, and then I researched on it and read like the parang customer or user feedback online, and it really got me curious, like it's for what? So yun yung parang impression. So it is actually for periods that would replace plastic napkins. So the difference is menstrual cups, it is reusable. So and it also is something that a lot of divers and like swimmers and even athletes use. So this was way back like almost 10 years ago that I stumbled upon that concept. And at that time I was already living in Manila, and I tried to search for like this product, menstrual cups, and at that stage nung unang panahon, it was so difficult to purchase in Manila, and also they were quite expensive back then. So I think the cheapest ones that I could find were around 2,000 pesos. So for me, I actually had to order online and like ship it, pay custom fees. But then when I got my product, when I tried it, it was like wow,
Life-changing.
mind blowing. Since like I really started with the research, like this is what all these women who have been using it was talking about. They were raving about it. This is like the best thing ever, and I was like, what? Right? Why are they so excited about this product? And then when I actually tried it and successfully used it for like a week, I really thought, oh, this is something different, and this is something so much better. And so I really started as like a menstrual cup user. I'm just like using it. I love it, but I didn't really super think about starting a business yet. But then over time, I did have like some discussions with like some other women who were also like thinking of alternatives, and that's really where I kind of connected na, oh, there is really a gap with the access and even the knowledge about menstrual cups even today. So that is really how we started the brand Sinaya Cup, because we wanted to have a brand that's Filipino in a sense that it's easier to relate to. It's easier for women to kind of trust. So that is the basic concept of the menstrual cup.
So ano po ba yung halaga nito, and of course significance nito lalo na sa sustainable menstruation or menstrual products here in the Philippines? napkins. Kasi, ayun nga, as you said, karamihan talaga, as in halos lahat, gumagamit lang talaga ng napkin. And recently lang talaga naghahanap yung mga tao ng sustainable alternatives.
Okay, so yes, that's like one of the biggest mission of our brand is to really reduce the plastic waste sa ating mga napkins. Diba, we started with discussing the inconveniences of using napkins na bibili, nakakahiya, bilhin from the store. Since it's disposable, you always have to buy it. You have to like keep using fresh. Syempre sana fresh yung napkin na fresh cotton, and usually a single month you can use maybe 8 to 20 pieces of pads, and all of that you throw it away and it goes to the landfills. And the thing about napkin waste is hindi kasi siya nare-recycle, since nobody would want to make products out of recycled napkins. So it's something that we use. It's not very convenient, it's not very comfortable, yung plastic napkins, and then we use it for like a few hours, like 8 to 12 hours. But then once we throw it away, it becomes in a way parang permanent trash. Kasi ang isang napkin that we use for a few hours, for it to disintegrate, it takes up to 500 years. Talaga?
Tagal din
So, 500 years.
Para ilang generation na yung
Yeah.
nabuhay na matay, pero hindi pa rin.
centuries din.
Parang yun yung papamana natin sa ating...
Pamana yung mga gamit na napkin.
Yeah. And the thing is, we as women, we typically have our menstruations for 35 to 45 years. So that's a lot of years of us using disposable napkins. Tapos yung trash, it just accumulates. And that's just for one person, right? Like almost half of yung population would experience menstruation, like a big portion of their lives. So, ang menstrual cup, what is different from it is it's not disposable. So this one it's not used yet, but so this one you can use a single one for up to 5 years. So we recommend to change it every 2 years, pero yung maximum lifespan niya is 5 years. So that's one piece of silicone, and yung ma-replace niya in terms of number of pads, number of trash, could be thousands, like 1,000 to 2,000 pieces. Lalo na yung mga kaibigan nating may PCOS or some other health conditions where their menstruations would go longer than 5 days. May iba, they experience like 2 weeks. May mga iba pa, 3 weeks yung menstruation nila. That's like a lot of cost and a lot of trash. So, dun tayo papasok sa sustainability aspect, that menstrual cups would absolutely reduce yung number of plastic used pads na napupunta lang sa ating mga landfills like Payatas or Smoky Mountain, and alam niyo naman
Sa
ocean, kasi lagi tayong binabaha. Well, sana hindi tayo laging binabaha, but it does all end up in our nature, like lands. So, of course, you still have to replace it every 2 years, 2 to 5 years. But in terms of the mass of plastic trash, grabe yung reduction. Like, mass-wise, weight-wise of trash, it can reduce it up to 99% for one woman, right? So yeah, that's really a big aspect, and we do have like thousands of users currently, and together in our estimate, syempre hindi naman namin binilang, but we're estimating around 5 million pieces of plastic pad trash have already been diverted because thousands of Filipinas are already using it. So that is the aspect of how switching to menstrual cups and the Sinaya Cup would sobrang help our Mother Earth.
Ang enlightening din po na itong topic na to, like for us guys din, kasi we don't have to deal with the inconveniences and wastes that you experience or parang nag-produce because of menstruation nga po. Kaya ano po, and all of this naman po is geared towards ano naman po, di ba, like sustainable menstruation. Kaya parang ayun, for me, other guys should also be educated para mawala rin yung stigma around them, kasi kung para sa amin hindi siya malaking bagay, para sa inyo it is a big thing na parang may products na ganito.
Yeah, and that really is a perfect opportunity
Yes,
to see na all genders could be an ally in terms of like menstrual health and promotion of menstrual cups. Since yes, it's not necessarily everybody's using menstrual cups, right? But the thing is, all of us, I think very konti lang yung walang women in their lives, right? So like maybe in the future, if you have like your wife or daughters or even like your siblings, everybody could take part in the conversation.
Yes.
Not necessarily to like pressure women na gumamit ka na, right? But like even just like, did you hear about this product? Or, I know this person using it. That those little conversations, it does have like a long-term effect if we all partake in that.
Tsaka, since ayun nga, parang nabanggit nga na hindi lang daw girls issue only, parang ganun, parang both genders siya, all genders actually. Parang in a way kasi na nakakatulong sa babae na malaman na hindi ako ma-judge kapag dinala ko to. Parang gano'n. Yung parang, baka mamaya, since alam naman nila kung ano to, dinanila parang, bakit ano yun? Ano yung dinadala? Anything related sa private part ng girls, parang, what's that? Parang gano'n. Pero pag the more na na-educate sila, ano yung purpose ng mga bagay, ano yung ginagawa at paano siya nakakatulong sa babae, sa nature, parang gano'n. Na kaka-help na rin na maging at ease yung women magdala ng mga products, ganyan, bumili, and mag-change ng kasi minsan po parang nakakaya rin parang magpapaalam ka sa teacher mo, ganyan, sa mga students, tapos minsan tatanong bakit, ganyan, parang gano'n. So, nakakatulong rin na you can say it out in the open, kung ano yung mga dala mo, yung pinagdaanan mo, gano'n. So, yun.
Yeah, like to add to that then, na that's also one of the good things about switching to the Sinaya Cup is unlike napkins where kailangan kang magpalit all the time, syempre magpapalit ka pa din, pero like yung frequency to check na baka tumayo ka tapos parang feeling mo baka tumagos, so pupunta ka pa sa CR, which is okay lang naman pumunta sa CR, pero diba, it's something that you carry an additional worry throughout your day. And the thing is, we as people, pero also women in particular, we already have so much worries in our days to begin with.
Yung simpleng position, baka mamaya tumatagas dito naman ako sa side na to.
Yeah, tatrabaho ka lang, in the zone ka, tapos parang masisira yung focus mo kasi kailangan ko magpalit ng napkin, right? So I think hindi naman natin sinasabi na dahil may menstruation na disabled na tayo agad because of it, but it does have like a toll yung mga little inconveniences. So like actually using cups, there's like a lot of benefits, at least 20, pero maybe we can like just discuss a few. Yung parang na-mention na kailangan kang magpalit. So surprisingly, yung menstrual cup, so this one is the standard size. You can use this up to 12 hours. So, 12 hours yung capacity. Enough na siya. And the thing is, with pads, more often than not, you have to change it faster than 12 hours, right? You have to change it 6 hours or like every 8 hours. So, it's a lot more frequent. And it's not always necessary na i-change mo siya dahil lang puno. Minsan dahil parang yung flow, mali yung direction, or mga ganang nuances. So, you always have to like change it. And the thing with cups is, like, if you go out of the house, of course, you're wearing it already, like, in the morning, when you shower, and then, unless you have like very, very heavy flow, for most of our users, next time na nilang iintindihan that to check their cup is when they get back home, like at night. So like, let's say 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. as in twice a day lang. And actually, a lot of our customers, the problem with using cups is it's so comfortable, diba? Na you forget that you have your period. But that's also a problem kasi baka makalimutan nila na they're wearing a cup since you don't really feel it when you're wearing it. So, well, syempre, problem kasi hindi siya pwedeng maiwan for more than 12 hours. You need to rinse it out. So, washable siya, reusable, and that's like the major difference with using sanitary